guys, welcome back to another video here on my channel. Tiana here, of course. For today's video, I am finally going to be testing out the new Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation, and I am really excited to test this out. The only thing I'm not excited for is the shade. I think I may have went a tad bit too dark, but of course concealer and everything like that can make darker foundations work a little bit better. So I'm going to be comparing this foundation to the original Too Faced Born This Way Absolute Perfection foundation, and you guys know this has been out for quite some time. It recently, well, I think it was last year before last, worked with Jackie to do more shades, and I got this shade before they did the new shades. So this shade is a completely different shade from this shade, so we're gonna be looking a little crazy, but I definitely wanted to try these out and do a comparison for you guys today. So if you want to see this video, then please keep watching. Okay, so I've already went ahead and done my eyes for today's video because I just wanted to have my eyes done. So I'm gonna be going in with this Smashbox Photo Finish Oil and Shine Control Primer, and I've never used this one. I've used the clear one, but this one is kind of white, and then it rubs into your hands and it ends up kind of turning more invisible. So feels more like a moisturizer, like a lot different than the regular photo finish primer that I usually use by them. Okay, so of course for today's video I'm going to be using two separate brushes and sponges and all of that, so we don't get any cross mixing of the foundations. And I'm going to go in with the original Born This Way formula on this side of my face, and then the new one on this side. So if you guys don't know, the new one is supposed to be a matte version of the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. It's supposed to be oil free, oil controlling, waterproof, and transfer resistant, and 24-hour undetectable super long wear foundation. So I'll have like the claims of each foundation on the side that I'm going to be applying them on. And I got the shade Tiramisu in this one, and I'm thinking that this may be a tad bit too dark. It's really hard to buy foundations online, and you can't swatch them in the store right now either. So yeah, this might be a little bit too dark, especially because I've been staying inside. So we're gonna go ahead and apply this side first to give it more time to kind of settle in. So I'm gonna just kind of do that for that to start off with. Actually, this might be the perfect shade to go down into my neck area. Yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. Like, going down into the neck area, it's blending really well. So I'm really liking how quick it blended out, and I love how it's not drying. Like, sometimes it's really hard to find a matte foundation that while you're applying it, it doesn't just dry on you. I love that, the fact that like I'm still working with it, maneuvering it, moving it around on my face, and it's not like super drying and just stuck in place. So I do like that about it. Coverage wise, let me look really quick. Coverage wise, I think it looks pretty good. It covered up all of the just noticeable like blemishes or anything that I had on my face right away. I would say it's more of like a medium to full coverage. It might be buildable. It didn't seem very thick, so I would think that it's buildable. And I'm liking the fact that it still has a little bit of like a sheen to it. It's not like a super matte foundation, and it's not fast drying. Like, that's one of the major things that I'm really liking about it. So let's go ahead and go to the other side. But as you can see, this one is definitely a different shade than this side, so bear with me. This one is definitely thicker than the new one. Use the other brush to just blend these together. So this will be like the only place where they're overlapping. Trust the process, guys. I already know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Trust the process. In my mirror, it honestly does not look that bad, but I'm looking in the viewfinder on the camera and it looks pretty, like, it's really noticeable because there's a light up here, and so it's like shining kind of on top of my head, so it's like making it very noticeable that there's like a line of demarcation there. All right, so just trying to go back in to that area there. Don't be like me, guys. You're gonna compare foundations, compare two of the same shades. So I will say that I'm liking the coverage of the Absolute Perfection formula better because it's thicker. So it's giving a little bit more coverage. It's automatically kind of giving more of a fuller coverage vibe. This is giving more of a natural vibe, but buildable. So I like both of them in the sense that they can both be worked with. They can both be used to kind of reach your ideal coverage. But if I had to if I was like, I just want a one and done situation, I don't want to like keep building my foundations, I would definitely choose this one. But of course, possibly go a shade down because I feel like I like this shade better, even though it's probably like a touch too dark for my face. I feel like it just blends better with my neck area. Let's go in with concealer. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer today. This is the matte formula and I'm in the shade Deep Cinnamon. So once we start applying concealer, that kind of begins the process of making the two foundations kind of match for me, since they are a little bit different shade. So I'm gonna just go ahead and probably speed through this portion of the video and then see you guys towards the end. Everything will be in the description box below though. Okay guys, so this is the finished makeup look. You guys saw I applied pretty much everything as usual, and can you guys even tell the difference in the shades? You can still tell just a tad bit, but I really went in, and of course after you apply like concealer and setting powder and bronzer, everything kind of just blends together. So again, on the right side, your left, this is the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation. And you guys, I actually like this foundation. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I am not the biggest fan of this foundation, and I think it was because it wasn't matte, which I don't think it ever claimed to be matte, which is why they came out with a matte one. And it was a little thick, and then the shade was a little off, and then I just didn't at that point I didn't feel like getting another shade and trying it out again. And at first I was thinking that I was going to return this because I was like looking at the box, and this box looks like it's really dark, but the foundation, after blending it out and everything, is not that dark on my face. And of course, after putting all of the products and everything like that on my face, I feel like it definitely did have a true matte finish. I don't have any highlight or anything on, and I can see where it is a very matte. Up here is just a little bit, I see a little bit of oils kind of peeking through right in here. Other than that, I honestly really like this foundation. I think it went on really well. It does say that it is a light wear and coverage, so it's undetectable. And I do agree with that because you don't feel it. Like, it feels very lightweight on the skin as soon as you apply it. And it just gives still like a little bit of a sheen, a little bit, so you can still maneuver it. And I really like that about it. Now, as far as the other foundation, the original formula, the Absolute Perfection foundation, because it is a little bit thicker, it gives you a little bit more coverage right off the bat. So if you're someone who wants a more fuller coverage foundation and you're not like into full-on matte and you don't necessarily need it to be matte, then I would probably just either stick with this foundation or grab this one instead of this one, because I feel like this one's not, when you hear the word matte, sometimes you really think matte, and I just didn't get that one from this one right away. Queen, I would just say stick with this one, especially if you like something a little bit more fuller coverage right off the bat, because I definitely noticed that when I put this on, I noticed that it gives a lot more coverage immediately. I don't know, for me personally, it wasn't one that I just always gravitated towards, and so we'll see how this one works. I'm definitely like wanting to use it a little bit more. This one does have like 24-hour on the bottle, and I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure I put it on the screen if it did say that it claimed to be 24 hours. I'm not exactly sure, but this one is claiming to be 24 hours. I'm not going to test it out for that long, so I will never know, most likely. Pretty much everything this foundation is, except that it's just a more lightweight feel, and therefore you could possibly make it a little bit more buildable. That's the only really real difference that I see between these two foundations, other than the packaging, which I'm actually a fan of the skinnier packaging a little bit more. They're, I believe, both 1 fluid ounce. They are. It's just that this one's a little bit shorter and then this one is taller and skinnier. And I think that this one, I like this one a little bit better as far as packaging goes. It looks pretty good on both sides. And again, I can't really tell a difference as far as the finish on either side. Like, this one is right now. I know over time, I used to wear this one in the past, and over time it does get a little bit more dewy because it isn't a matte foundation. It's not claiming to be. So that was another reason why I was like, ugh, this one's not matte. And during that time, I just only wanted to wear matte foundations. I'm actually really liking it. Let me know down in the comment section below if you have tried out this foundation and if you see any differences between the previous foundation. I didn't watch any reviews before I did this. I know Jackie just did a review on the foundation. I didn't watch any comparisons. I didn't watch any reviews. I haven't seen any reviews online about this yet. I just bought it and I was like, I'm gonna do a comparison video. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and please hit the bell notification if you do not want to miss when my next upload is. Also, please hit the thumbs up button so I know that you like these types of videos, either foundation reviews or foundation comparisons. You can also let me know which ones you prefer down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.